Hello everyone, my name is Riley K. Jones. I'm a writer, teacher, and author tuber, and today we're going to have a bit of a chatty video, a little bit of tea time. Not the kind of like tea that like everyone's been talking about, like the truth, but more just like honest, just me being honest and open and just talking about things and letting you guys know what's going on. So if you would like to make a cup of tea and join me for some tea time chats, feel free to pause this video right now and make some tea or coffee or whatever you prefer, and then come back to the video and we will get started. So a little bit of an update on my life. We have started our second month of school into the school year, and I look back and think about September and it just felt like I blinked and it was gone. I was supposed to revise my entire manuscript and get that done by the end of September, but let's see what happened. First couple of weeks of school, got a cold. That took me out for a few days, and then like, you know, when like the first few days you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't feel great, but you can still do stuff. That's kind of how I felt. But then it's like the rest period after, you just feel icky and you just feel like stuffed up and you can't breathe. You just don't feel normal yet, but you're like, I'm able to do things. That was me for the first second and third week of school. But I'm doing a lot better and recovered from that. School has been tough in like a normal tough way, but also semi-normal because of the pandemic. So we are at full-time, like you are there at school, not online school, which I'm glad for. But there's circumstances where some students do have to stay home. So then it becomes this weird like semi-hybrid where students just have to like get their work and do it at home. So that's been interesting. Yeah. So that's been school. So I just been coming back home and just feeling absolutely exhausted just from the week. Like I would come home, fall asleep on the couch, like just like absolutely exhausted. And I think that is pretty much normal. I feel like the first really 2 months of school, you're kind of just getting back into the hustle and bustle of things. I have to create new things, you're learning new students, and how you're trying to get your groove. And I just feel like first 2 months of school tends to be a bit rough. So haven't got a lot of writing time or reading time in because of that. So why don't I segue now into my reading goals for this year. I have challenged myself to read 21 books in 2021. I think I'm around like book 12. I will put the number on the screen. It may be lower, maybe higher. I haven't been really good with the reading this year. I think it's because I've been like so hyper focused on writing and rewriting my book that I haven't read as much. I've read quite a few, and this month I did not read at all. I read a few chapters in Karen McManus' The Cousins, and I just haven't been able to, sit down and like read it. Again, I've been exhausted when I get home. Some other things that I have found myself really invested in the month of September is the Gabby Petito case. So if you're new to my channel, I am a YA thriller writer aspiring to be. So I follow a lot of true crime, and the Gabby Petito case has really been fascinating, heartbreaking, just crazy situation for real life case to unfold in front of your eyes. So I've been really following that and praying that her fiance gets found alive and that justice is served to her and her family. But I have been following it like obsessively. I'm watching like 2-hour streams from like a live news broadcast about like the updates. Like I've been really into it. So every day I'm trying to find the next new thing, because I want this dude caught just as much as the next person. Like, he needs to get caught. We need answers. We do. And not even just we as Americans, but her family needs answers and they need closure. So I'm praying that he will be caught, and I'm keeping myself updated to find out when that time comes. On my writing journey, I haven't really had a lot of time during the week, but I've been making it happen to work at least a good solid 5 to 8 hours on a Saturday on the revision, and I am loving the changes that I'm making, and I'm loving the flow. I am nervous about the word count because when I went into the revision, it was at 103,500 words, give or take. And it's still at 101,000. So I've cut out 2,000 words. And I'm kind of nervous, quite frankly, because I don't know if I can cut it down anymore. I got through some major revisions in that middle, and the words are still there. And I'm realizing, like, oh, although I cut this one part, I'm repurposing that part for another part later. It's like I'm cutting out 1,000 words, but then adding 500. So it's like going 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Again, I'm loving the revision. I'm hoping that in the next few weeks that will be done. Tomorrow I have a day off, which I'm so excited for. Our first day off since we've started, so this is gonna be fabulous to have a day off, and I'm gonna work on another revision, hopefully getting to that midpoint, because I'm really close to the midpoint. Really close. I think I'm only like 3 chapters away from the midpoint. So hoping to get to the midpoint, and then I have the rest of the investigation to really comb through. And I think there's things that I can cut, and there's some things that can change, but we're just gonna have to see, and hopefully I can make it happen. But I'm loving what's happening so far. I think the flow is a lot more logically sound, and even though it was like good before, now just like now it's starting to make more sense, except for one area. It's never really made sense. We'll see. So we're in October. Hooray, October is one of my favorite months. But that means that we're also in Preptober, preparing for Nanowrimo. And every year, I have told myself, you're going to do Nanowrimo this year. And it never really happens. I start a project and it just doesn't really work. So, like 2 years ago, I kind of cheated NaNoWriMo. I worked in October into November. I got 50,000 words, but last year I did not love the project that I was working on. I also was really exhausted from the school year, and Novembers are horrible for teachers. Like, not horrible, it's just like it's exhausting because you have the end of the first quarter, you have parent-teacher conferences, you have the November festivities, and then the preparation for the December festivities, plus everything else that you need to get done. And then for myself, my birthday is in November, and my husband's birthday is in November, so Novembers are busy months for us. So I end up not really doing a lot of writing in November. So am I gonna do NaNoWriMo? I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know right now. It's something I want to do, but I'm not gonna pressure myself into doing it if I can't handle it this year. I have a new project that I have been wanting to work on. I worked a little bit on it in camp NaNoWriMo in April. I wanted to do it again in July, but what ended up happening is this revision just kept kind of like eating into those months, and I wasn't able to like get that done. So I do hope that this revision is finished in time for Camp Nanowrimo. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win Camp Nanowrimo by any means, but I'm going to try. Like, I'm not gonna pressure myself into doing something if I can't handle it. So it's kind of like it's really just a maybe at this point. I'm not gonna really do much prep in October until I have finished this revision, which could mean that I do some or none. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I'll just work on it in November and December. You just gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. So Preptober, Camp NaNoWriMo, will it happen for me? Who knows? If you guys know if you're doing Camp NaNoWriMo, let me know in the comments down below if that's what you're planning on doing. Are you doing Preptober? Are you prepping right now? Are you working on an old project? Are you revising? What are your goals for Camp NaNoWriMo? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little chat and tea or coffee, whatever drink that you had today, and that you had a little time to just kind of chat with, kind of like a friend, just chatting and catching up and seeing how life is going. If you liked this video, please make sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up. It lets me know that you like videos like this one. And if you haven't already, click subscribe. I release all new videos on all things writing and reading every Thursday. Keep writing, keep reading, and stay creative. Bye!